Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Lorelai Shamayo, and this is MeWe Fairs for energizing body, mind, heart, and soul. We have events throughout the Northwest, many online, and we interview our practitioners and vendors so you get a chance to know who we are before you meet us at an event. I'm excited to be here today with Tammy Joyful. Tammy, it's lovely to be with you.
Well, to be with you, Lorelai. Thank you.
So, what is it that you do? What do you offer at our events?
Well, I'm a multidimensional energy worker. So I have an energetic effect on everything around me and everyone that becomes aware of me, whether we consciously are aware of it or not. And my Harmony, my dog, is my partner on this journey. And at the fairs, I'm going to show him a picture, or show his picture real quick.
Mm.
That's my partner. And so at the fairs, mostly we do animal communication. So, and I also speak to departed loved ones, do energy clearing, multidimensionally, and I love to help people remember and understand their gifts. So, in animal communication, I like to teach animal communication and help people step into their intuition and follow their heart.
Great, it's great. So, how did you get started doing all these things? Did they all sort of come on at once, or did you like pieces come together? When, yeah.
Pieces came together. I started, um, as a kid on my family farm, I was real close to the animals. I was always connected. I had cats and dogs and horses and cows, cattle, and we, always had that communication that I didn't know I had at that time. So I guess, the animal communication part started around that time, and then I did some intensive healing prayer training around 2010 or so, I believe. And so that started opening up some gifts and some curiosity and things like that. And then I went to Reiki. I started learning about Reiki, and a friend of mine kind of saturated me with all sorts of spiritual information that that opened up a little more curiosity. Um, so I started meditating. I took a mentorship course where um, we studied mediumship and improved our psychic abilities and did energy work. And so then I took the Reiki classes myself and became a Reiki master. And I've also studied all sorts of other modalities: Akashic record reading, tapping, human design,
Wow,
many, many
wow.
more. So I
Yeah,
just kind of
yeah.
stepped into, kept progress. It was like there's a progressive wheel kept moving, and curiosity keeps me, and always keeps me. I'm still expanding and growing. I'm just always expanding and growing and learning and wanting to help others remember and grow and learn and step into their full being also.
So I guess an entryway through animals is one of the ways that people come to you, those kinds of questions. And then it sounds like you work with so many other things. Are there other themes in the kinds of questions people come to you with?
Well, what happens normally pretty much with everything I do, and let's talk about the animal communication directly, because that's what I mostly work with at the fairs,
Okay. Mhm.
is so the animals is sometimes it's about their physical wants and needs, or your physical wants and needs, and things like that, and communicating those to each other. But most of the time what I find is the animals want to talk about the human, want to talk about your health or your journey, or stepping more into who you are and more fully being who you are. So they are very, very much connected, and they're so much more wise than a lot of people give them credit for.
But I
And
want to
the
say, so
same with
it really
departed
is,
loved ones.
but so it really is working not on so much, but like working with the people through the animal.
Exactly, exactly. I'd say almost every session I've had with the animals, they always bring the people and their journey and what um, maybe they could be working on, or just opening them up to more of the who they are.
Okay, okay. Wow, wow, wow. Just feeling the network and the connection of all the different, right? All the different beings and the support of people. And oh, wow. And well, I guess I'm curious too, just to share like what your work is like outside of the fairs. So what is it that you're doing at the fairs, and then how is it different than all of the work that you do?
So it's just on a bigger scale. So of course the fairs are shorter time frame and things like that. So I have I do classes from individual one-on-one classes up to mentorship programs to just share everything that I've learned and tailor those type classes to whatever high beings, to animals, the people, your higher self guides us, however it guides us. So all those interactions are completely tailored to the person. I like to do one-on-one learning, guiding, sharing.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and then the multidimensional energy clearing that I do.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's all levels. It's past lives, but everything's happening now, but we're not going to get into that. So we'll call it past lives. Some people call it past lives. All different levels, from down to clearing out dungeons and floors that were attached to, all the way through patterns, familiar patterns that we've had, to try to clear those patterns, bring out more of and I've heard this recently. I used to say true authentic self, but that seems to be kind of a lofty goal that feels out of reach sometimes. So what I've started using lately is my favorite self, my favorite self at this time. So um, it's just a little friendlier. So the way the excuse me. Um, what else do you want to know about that?
Well,
Where would you like me
yeah.
to
Well,
go?
so how does the healing work go? So what's actually happening? Is there verbal communication, like energetic? Are people participating actively in some ways it's happening? Yeah, share a little bit more about what it's.
Well, it happens in all different ways. It's definitely verbal. There's clearing of the energetic blocks, um, and I use my intuition, of course, and I have charts that I've received in the classes along the way. So if there is those childhood traumas or blocks or generational issues or emotional triggers, um, I because we all carry this baggage.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I help to identify it either by like through intuition or higher guides, guidance, source energy coming through, or by these charts. So I use my pendulum and the charts, and sometimes that pulls up something totally um, not
Hmm.
thought of by either one of them, either person, but it just hits right on the money as to what they're going through. Almost all the time. So it just helps to
Right.
clear that connection to creator and to allow the energy to move more freely through your energy system. We work on opening up your energy system so that energy can flow more freely. So you're better able to heal yourself. And I'm
Okay.
conduit, the conduit for source energy. So, and the divine being. So I'm the conduit and they perform their magic through me. I have said, I'm all in. This is what I'm here to do. So use me
Hmm.
to for the highest good, for the highest good of all.
Great, great. Okay, yeah, get a better sense of your work and the kind of the entry and the flow into and through things. Great. And if people want to connect with you on the web and learn more, it's great. You've got your website right here. But yeah, tell everyone how they can reach you.
TammyJoyful.com. And I'm Tammy Joyful on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Meetup. Tammy and Meetup is Tammy Joyful Meditations and more. And my email address is tammyjoyfulguidance@gmail.com. So tammyjoyfulguidance@gmail.com.
Great, great. Well, I'm excited for more people to experience your work and more of us to learn about the connections to our animals.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And you can learn about more about all of our events at MeWeFairs.com. See you soon.